Hi, I'm Jordan Roy-Byrne, and I'm here at the September Metals Investor Forum here in Vancouver, British Columbia, and I'm here with Jeff Wilson. He's the CEO of Osprey Gold Development. And Jeff, as we get started here, why don't you give an overview of the company, maybe share structure, cash, and projects before we get into the details?
Sure. Well, Osprey Gold is a relatively newly listed company. We took over a shell back in the early part of this year. In the spring, we raised $1.8 million in that shell. Went through a name change with the focus of shifting the company's focus to Atlantic Canada and gold exploration in a known historic camp in Nova Scotia, where ounces had been delineated and mined in the past, and where we believe that there was a significant upside to increase those ounces, bring about a new sort of modern technology in terms of extraction techniques, and look to add value through acquisition and exploration. So the company is well financed, nice tight structure. We have just about 30 million shares issued and outstanding, and we've got just over $1.3 million in the treasury today.
Okay, and tell us about the work that you're doing now at the end of the summer.
Yeah, so we spent the early part of the year in sort of an acquisition and sort of getting our ducks in a row kind of mode. In the summer, and specifically late summer, we got active with drill programs, and we started our first drill program on our flagship project, which is called Goldenville, which is in Nova Scotia. This is a project that had a known historic but non-compliant resource, quite high grade. So we looked at recalculating that resource, bringing it up to sort of 43101 standards. That comes in at about 450,000 ounces gold on an uncapped basis. That new resource was published earlier this year, and now we're setting out to test for resource expansion along strike and within the known body, but also looking at testing for untested possible mineralization in the surrounding rock. And one of the real stories for this part of the world has been, the precedent has been set by Atlantic Gold, has been looking at these historic high-grade vein systems and looking at possible mineralization in the host rock or the surrounding rock, and albeit slightly lower grade, but if that mineralization is amenable to open pit extraction, not only are you adding ounces, but you're obviously lowering your extraction costs and looking at that as a model. So that's been very successful for Atlantic Gold in the last 2.5 years or so, and that's sort of the path that we're trying to follow, is identifying projects that we think have that same geological potential.
Okay, let's talk about catalysts. When can we get some news?
Well, the timing's good right now. So we've been drilling, and we're coming near the tail end of a drill program right now at our Goldenville project, which is our main asset. We're doing somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 meters of drilling. Doesn't sound like a lot of meters, but given that most of these holes are no deeper than 200 meters depth, there should be a lot of pierce points into this. And as I said, we're testing a number of different areas within the property package. We expect the first batch of results from that drill program to be coming out toward the end of September, early October. And then depending on the turnaround from the labs, perhaps having a second or a third batch of those drill assay numbers coming out through the month of October.
Okay, and finally, as we close here, can you tell the audience your trading symbols, and if they'd like to follow you guys, where can they go? How can they contact you to stay abreast of the story and all developments?
Yep, well, we trade on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol OS. Our website is ospreygold.com. All of the information is there, as well as, of course, on CDAR, but our website is quite up to date, quite comprehensive, and all the contact information and filings can be found there.
Okay, thanks so much,
Great.
Jeff.
Thank you, Jordan.